Okay, my cat knocked over everything, unplugged everything while I was recording, so I gotta do this all over again. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're actually talking about something that... this is probably going to be a short topic because I don't have too much guaranteed information or too much business help because I don't have too much experience in this myself. I've done a little bit of this, but not enough to present any kind of professional... Oh. Well, that explains a lot. Does that look better without it? We're fine. We're fine. I didn't have the overhead light on, so I guess we're not working with that. Anyway, today we're actually talking about motion capture and what I believe is kind of the future of voice acting to a degree. I believe that, but just making sure the other lights are on. Having seen a lot of posts online of various different voice actors, being brought into studio to do the motion capture for their character that they also do the voice for, and they also kind of do the modeling, and they're like 3D scanned and stuff like that, which is becoming a lot more common nowadays. Because the technology is getting to a point where it's becoming a lot more cheaper and a lot more efficient and a lot easier just overall. And that is not just in the sense of AAA studios. Now, AAA studios are still doing probably the best when it comes to motion capture, performance capture, and 3D scanning. But there is quite a few options other than the huge, airplane hangar-sized studio with the cameras everywhere and the dots on people's faces and the just the wires everywhere. It's getting a whole lot easier and cheaper to do performance capture on your own. I think to get a full body motion capture suit is anywhere between $3,000 to $7,000. Now, yes, that sounds like a lot, and that is. But keep in mind how much putting together an entire studio is. How much, your entire in-home recording space costs. If you take that into consideration, the cost of doing performance capture is about on par. And you can do this from your home, the same way you can do voice acting from your home. I personally believe that because of how easier it is getting to obtain motion capture equipment and software, and I will be talking about some options in a little bit, as well as cheaper and easier to get your hands on a computer that actually process that kind of stuff, especially with free software that makes that kind of thing easy, like performance capture live, like Unreal Engine, which is a beast, is a powerhouse beast. I've dabbled with it a little bit, and it is insane what it can do. It's used for film, it's used for video game, it's used for all kinds of stuff. And it has tons of real-time capture on various different levels. And that's definitely what I think the future of voice acting, especially when it comes to video game and character work, is going to also contain, is some level of performance capture. I've done some facial performance capture for some of the video games that I've done. There's one VR horror game where, for the most part, they 3D scanned me and used elements of my features to add to the character. And then there is an animated film that's coming out where they didn't put the dots on it, but I recorded it. We recorded it live so that the animators could take my animations, my facial expressions, and work them into the characters, considering it wouldn't be a one-to-one anyway, considering these were like animals that I was doing. Then there's been some other kinds of motion capture and performance capture that I've gotten the opportunity to do on some level. But it surprises me how that kind of thing is becoming more common, more popular. Even games that are essentially free on Steam, made by one person, have motion capture and performance capture in them because of how easy it is to obtain this gear or this software, and how easy it is to just drop it directly into the program. Now, there are tons of different options. You don't have to have the full body motion capture suit. Now, that is probably the most ideal method. Think of that as your whisper room. Think of the full motion capture bodysuit as a whisper room. It's going to cost several $1,000s. It's much more professional, but it is something that you could save up and obtain and use infinitely. And then think of something like this, a PVC or a closet space, that, you know, something that you just threw together that's for the most part a temporary space. That would be more like the AI-based motion capture, which is software that takes video and the AI basically analyzes what's in frame and predicts their movements and then recreates them. And I have I'm going to have some links down below. And what I would actually like for people to do is actually to kind of look over these and think about them. This video is going to definitely be much more of a discussion rather than me telling you more of a definitive answer. This is definitely going to be much more of a discussion. I actually would like to know what y'all's opinions are on the subject down below. I would love to know what y'all think on the idea of motion capture, whether you think it's something that would be obtainable, whether you think it's something that is definitely going to become the norm, whether it's something that you think you'll ever be able to do or ever be interested in. I'd like to know down below. But so obviously there are motion capture suits like Rokoko Studio. Rokoko Studio has probably, I think, one of the best quality suits with the best performance and the best price, like the best combination. It's not the most expensive, and I don't think it's the most accurate as far as one-to-one motion without noise and jitter, but it is a good combination of all the things together. But then you also have things, programs that are more on the lines of the AI, where basically you're doing either recording it in a video, whether you're with your phone, with a webcam, or sometimes they even give you the ability to have two webcams, and or a webcam and a phone, and sync them up together, and then basically have two angles to get a little bit more accurate of a performance capture. And it's no suit, doesn't require a suit, and all it is it just records the video, and then the AI identifies you, identifies the space, and then predicts the motion that is being displayed, being performed. And the good thing about these is that they are not that expensive. Some of them are in kind of like free betas where you can do kind of like a free version, very, very short periods that you'd be able to capture. Some of them don't give you the ability to do two cameras, just one. They're not as accurate as a suit would be, or the cameras with the dots, but they are a free option. Now, they do a lot of them, especially with Rokoko. I think Rokoko has Rokoko Vision, I think that's it, which is the AI camera, AI video camera, webcam version. And then there's other ones that's like Plask. Again, I'm going to have a lot of these links down below. And then Move AI, which I've been tinkering with all three of these to kind of see which ones might be good for me to invest in or look into. until I actually have the ability to really obtain a full body motion capture suit, which is in my future, because I am an actor, not just a voice actor, and that would definitely branch out. That would open up a lot of doors for a lot of opportunities, and it'd give me the ability to act in a lot more ways. Now, some people have never done like physical acting and have just done the voice acting, and it's probably going to be a hard transition. And so that's why I'd like y'all to comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. But a lot of these platforms, they have memberships. So if you want higher resolution, you want longer runtime, you want infinite storage space, you can pay the membership and, get full access to all the features and stuff like that. But then there's also the benefit of the fact that a lot of these, like Plask, Rokoko Vision, and Move AI, a lot of these are browser-based, which means the rendering is done on the cloud. It's not done on your computer. So if you don't have a very powerful computer that can actually capture performance real time, then these would be probably the direction you'd go. Now, this kind of technology is, yes, it's AI, and we all hate the word AI right now. But a lot of this technology is advancing very quickly. It's been around for the most part for a while. I mean, if we just think about the Xbox, what was it, the Xbox camera motion, whatever it was, that was basically doing some level of motion tracking. Obviously not that great, obviously not full 360, all 3 axis, but it was some level of performance capture, which was using a very primitive version of kind of what's being displayed here. But now it's just a lot more advanced, and now it's a lot more obtainable. And it's a lot of that kind of technology is on your phone already. A lot of that kind of technology is, kind of just everywhere. And so it is something that is going to see wild improvements and a huge boom probably within the next 5 years. So if anything, I personally think that every voice actor who is looking to branch out should definitely consider having one of these, at least AI browser-based motion capture profiles, and should definitely be tinkering with it, should definitely be, experimenting with it. And if at any point in time you feel like you figured it out, you found the right one that works for you, you have the right setup, you have enough space to do this kind of stuff, if you want to also start offering that as part of your services, even if it was just through Fiverr, I think that that'd be a really good idea. I think that's a direction that the industry is going. Because you're seeing a lot of AAA studios that aren't just hiring people because of their voice anymore. They're also hiring people because of the way they look. And even if it's just a video game, even if it's just a cartoon, they're hiring a lot of people based on, do they look like the character? And so voice and look and performance are kind of starting to become this one package deal, even on the independent side, because it is becoming a lot more obtainable. Now, if you're someone who opposes the idea of AI completely and totally and doesn't want anything to do with AI, that's totally fine. If you and your fellow rebels do manage to bring down Skynet, I applaud you. And, if I knew that we were capable of that, I would help. But right now it's here. And if there's a way of, us benefiting from it, that's totally fine. As long as it's not voice cloning and like deep fake stuff, and you have the rights to your performance and you're actually selling it the same way that you're selling your vocal performance, I think that's a good thing. I think that's something that we should look into. But again, this video is a discussion. So let me know what you think down below. This probably will not be the only video on this topic, because obviously I didn't show any of this. I didn't display any of the tinkering that I've been doing, mostly just because I've not really figured it out yet. So I don't want to present anything that might come across as a tutorial and then give people bad ideas. But this was just kind of a discussion on the topic. And but links to the things that I did talk about will be in the description. So that's going to be it. So yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Totally fine. Leave a comment down below on any topic that you'd like to see me cover next. If you have any questions. Also, my email is down below if you want to ask me any personal questions. And the classes will be starting next week. Next week, I believe. Yes. Of this month. And there will be more classes coming up. It is completely packed full right now. I would have started a second simultaneous running class, kind of like a day before or a day after or something like that, so that I could have more. But this month may end up being pretty crazy and pretty busy for me, so I couldn't logically do that. But definitely next year. I'm definitely going to keep this going. Definitely next year. So anyway, that's going to be it. So until next time, peace.